All right. You know, we got to always start with a cold start. Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate y'all taking some time out of your day to watch the video. In this video, we're going to talk about supporting mods. Once you start adding power to your 5.7, what other supporting mods do you need to do? Folks, welcome back to the channel. You saw it on the intro, or heard it on the intro, saw it on the thumbnail. We're going to talk about supporting mods. I'm going to give you the POV view today, so you're not just looking at me, you know, talking. So, talking about specifically the 5.7 and supporting mods that you need to make sure your car continues to be reliable. So what I mean by supporting mods, modifications, is anything that's not necessarily a power adder. So things like tires, wheels, drive shaft, transmission, axles, things that support, you know, the additional power that you're putting in your 5.7. So what's nice about the 5.7 is you really don't need too many supporting mods to handle the additional power that you're going to put in your 5.7. And the reason for that is your transmission is the same transmission that's in the 6.4. Your drive shaft is the same drive shaft that's in the 6.4. Your axles are the same axles that are in the 6.4. Your differential, now your differential may be a little bit different, but I guarantee you, you know, whatever differential you have in your car, whether it's the, you know, the 3.8 open diff or the 309 limited slip, now you're going to have to look underneath your car to find out which one you have. So if you have a differential that has fins on it, like old school heads and things like that on motorcycles, so if you got fins on your differential, you have a limited slip. If your differential is smooth and there's no fins on it, then you have either you have an open diff. So if you have an open diff, one supporting modification I highly suggest is a limited slip differential. That will make a huge difference when you're talking about getting started off the line. But from an overall supporting mod for the power, specifically your transmission, your drive shaft, and your axles, for the 5.7, you don't need to do that. Basically what's going to happen is you're going to get to the same power levels as a Scat pack or a 392. So your car is already designed to handle that much power. Now that doesn't mean to say, you know, you can't go out and get a one-piece drive shaft compared to the two-piece drive shafts that come with these cars. That's a good supporting mod, but it's not one that you absolutely have to do. So far for me, I've done none of those. I've got almost 74,000 miles on Shake and Bake, and through all of the mods, I have not had to worry about any of those bigger purchases, because the transmission is going to cost you. You know, whether you build your 8 HP 70, build it up to handle more power, or you go out and buy the 8 HP 90, it's going to be expensive. You're talking roughly $3 grand to build your transmission, and probably 5 or 6 grand if you're lucky to find a used Hellcat transmission. As you can tell, I'm going with my windows down like I normally do. But so there are some supporting mods, especially if you like to go to the track a lot. There are some supporting mods that you can do from a suspension perspective and tires to really help you out. So what have I done from a suspension perspective? I went with BMR, lower control arms, and upper control arms. Lower and upper control arms on the rear. I haven't done anything to the front. And that has helped. I would argue they helped a little bit. They stopped a lot of the wheel hop. I didn't have to worry about that anymore. It really helps take the power that you got and put it to the ground. If you have a 392, I would highly suggest doing the same thing, upper and lower control arms, because it's just going to help you get planted and get off the line, rather than sit there, spin your tires, and get a lot of wheel hop. The next thing I did is the 1320 Scat Pack rear springs. I didn't do the front springs. I did front suspension. I just did the rear. So I put those springs on as well. As far as ride height, I don't think it made any difference in the ride height. But from a small, squat, and off the line perspective, I think that helped out a little bit. It's one of those like a cold air intake or a ported throttle body. It's going to help you a little bit. It's not going to be super noticeable, but together, with the upper lower control arms and those 1320 springs, they're a little bit softer than the stock springs, to give you a little bit better launch. But you're not necessarily going to feel it so much, but it is going to help. So all of that to say, supporting mods from adding power to a 5.7, you don't necessarily need them. Now that's not to say it's a good thing to do them, but you don't. It's not one of the absolutely first things you need to do just because you added power to your 5.7. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of driving here, get a little sounds, some sounds of old shaking me. Get a few hits here and there, and because I'm on my way to work right now, I do go to work every once in a while. I do have to go into the office, in to see my folks, make sure they're doing okay, especially during the COVID time. So just a quick trip to work, and then folks. If you're stopping in for the first time, please go ahead, look at the other content on the channel. If you like what's going on with the channel and you like some of those videos, please do me 4 things. I know that's a lot to remember. 1, hit that subscribe button. That's the biggest thing. Hit that subscribe button. 2, hit that notification bell so you get notifications when I upload new content. And these 2 are really important to help me out with the YouTube algorithm. Is hit that like button on the videos that you like, and hit that, give me a comment down below. I try and respond to every comment that I see. I don't necessarily see them all, but I try and hit each and every one of them, and I try to respond. So that's going to do it for this one, folks. Until next time, adios.